Look, there's nothing that is going to empower you more than if you kick the crap out of somebody.
Where them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying? Cecil.
This is a reaction, commentary, and review of a movie that came out in 2017. I didn't see it in theaters, but I saw it on my cable, my internet provider, Fios, Verizon. It's called Fatal Defense. This movie is great for the martial arts community, in my opinion, because it shows what happens when you follow the worst advice ever when selecting a martial arts instructor or martial arts program.
You gotta get a gun.
I'm not gonna get a gun. You know how I feel about guns. I'm not gonna have a gun in my house with it. I'm on my way.
Okay, well then, you gotta learn how to fight back with your hands. Look, there's nothing that is gonna empower you more than if you kick the crap out of somebody.
Now, telling her to get a gun is excellent advice. That's good advice. But telling her that there's nothing more empowering than being able to kick the feces out of somebody, that's terrible advice. There are plenty of other ways to empower yourself. You have your spirituality, you have education. This woman, in case you don't know from watching this, she just survived a home invasion. She needs counseling. And somebody should have asked her why she didn't have an alarm system on the house. So just telling her to sign up so you can learn how to kick butt, and that's going to make you feel better, she's still got some deep-seated trauma that she needs to deal with, in my opinion. So her sister, who is the brunette character, is feeding her bad advice.
No, this is tournaments and belts. You just need somebody that's going to teach you how to fight dirty and mess somebody up if they're coming after you.
So tournaments and belts are bad. I can see why you may want to think that. But tournaments and belts and those type of stressful situations can actually help you learn how to handle your nerves when someone's coming at you, so you actually feel more confident and are more competent. Just going, oh, you just need to learn how to kick the crap out of somebody. You don't need to go through all that other stuff. That is in no disrespect to law enforcement. That's cop advice. We don't know from watching this, but the brunette lady talking to the blonde lady is a cop. So for a cop, if they just need to learn some tactics they can use to arrest and detain people, that's fine. But the blonde character, that's the main character of the story, she's a civilian. Civilians don't need to just learn how to kick the crap out of somebody, just hit them, and that's it. We need to know how to handle violence and how to handle it appropriately when we don't really have the powers that a police officer does.
No. I mean, what's wrong with a little eye candy to help motivate you? God.
If you pick an instructor just based on how they look, you deserve whatever you get. But you know what? You know how we actually do that? Because we think that people who don't look like Bruce Lee, who aren't built like Bruce Lee, we think they don't know what they're talking about. A lot of people don't want to learn from somebody that's old or overweight. You also got people that don't want to learn from somebody that's too young for them. Oh, he's young, she's young. They don't know what they're talking about. It's not about the eyes. It's about the brain. I mean, if you go looking for eye candy or candy, you're just going to get nothing but junk, because candy is junk food.
And look, see, this is one of these, like, take no prisoner, get it done, self-defense kind of guys. It's actually exactly what you need.
Let's show him, Rory. Come on. Come on. Make it tighter. Squeeze it. Squeeze it, Rory. Come on. Show him how you're going to stab it. Squeeze. Is that the best you got? Come on, Marine. Come on. Get it. Get it. Up, 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 up. That was sad. Drop and give me 50.
Anybody who's being borderline, if not abusive towards a student, that's not good instruction.
All right, guys. Now you remember, your attack is not going to be a pushover like Rory here. But I promise you, if you drill the technique, I don't care how big, I don't care how strong they are, it will work.
If you drill the technique, no matter how big and strong they are, it'll work in 99.99% of the cases. Just trying to go right to some kind of pull away or escape, especially when you're talking about a child being abducted by an adult, that might pose a problem.
I haven't signed up yet.
Oh, that's okay.
I'd like to just put my purse.
You feel threatened?
Yes.
You feel scared?
Just please let me go, okay?
You're gonna have to try a lot harder than that.
No,
Arden, get out of this. What's the matter? Can't you get away? What's the matter with you? Are you panicking? Huh? Huh? Stop! See, that's what he's gonna tell you. He's gonna tell you to stop. He's gonna tell you to calm down. That's okay. Calm down. Because while he thinks he has you where he wants you, you can be collecting your thoughts. You get calm. You start thinking, you start remembering your training. Breathe. 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 What's your training? What's your training?
I don't have any training.
Just do it. Go. Go. There you go. Hey. That's perfect. That was really great. That was really great. You did great. Guys, you see that? Come here, let me see. See these marks on her wrist? I didn't go soft on her. I went full force. Still able to hold me off. That's good. Everybody give her a round of applause. Come on.
Why would you train with somebody who doesn't respect your boundaries? She just came into class. That is a huge red flag. He's not even giving her a chance to get acclimated to the idea of defending herself. To me, that type of approach will make somebody worse. And that should be a red flag that the instructor is a psychopath.
What you learn in here is the difference between life and death. It is the difference between you being a victim or you sending your attacker to the hospital. Why don't we bow in here? We don't bow in here because we do not show respect to our opponents out there. They are a predator. It's your job to show them that without a shadow of a doubt, you aren't prey. Keep going.
You need to be able to dial it up or scale it down as appropriate. So, you don't want to teach people to bow. You don't want them to respect a predator, right? Okay, what if somebody scares you and you automatically go into attack mode and you realize it was just your grandmother trying to remind you that you left a $5 bill on the table or 20 or something? You have to be able to respond with the appropriate amount of force. Bowing helps you respect yourself, helps you respect other people. Okay, it's not going to make you any less effective in being able to defend yourself. Because not every physical altercation and physical interaction is kill or be killed. Some is you just don't want to get hurt. Sometimes you might just need to scare the person and they'll back off. Or just assert yourself and they'll back off. And this whole thing of you'll never be a victim, I wish I could promise you that. I wish I could promise myself that. But unfortunately, life just does not work that way.
He's just very, very intense.
Intense, like, what do you mean? Intense.
He sort of yells at you, and all the fighting, it's just a little bit too much combat for me right now. I felt a little overwhelmed. I don't know if I'm ready.
So down and dirty instructor feels a little too combative for you. It's too much for you coming at once. You know what helps with that? Sparring. One-step sparring. You know the way we do it in the traditional arts, where we teach you how to fall first if you don't know how to fall. And then we show you how to block, and we show you how to move your body. We show you how to stop a very scripted attack first before we let you go freestyle. I may have students spar from day one, sometimes, depending on the student. But I let them attack, and the more experienced person that they're working with just defends and gives them some counters. Gives them some pointers. I'm sorry. Sparring, which, while it does get on my nerves because people want to get competitive and not use it for what it's for, or try techniques they know they're not going to really use sometimes. But sparring does help manage that heart rate and those emotions. The slower traditional path can help the little caterpillar come out of its cocoon and become a martial butterfly. Because that's what it's for. What she tried to avoid by picking Mr. Aggressive Eye Candy is actually all the things that what she really needs is all things she would have gotten, I bet, if she went to that first school that her cop sister told her not to go to. So this movie is full of bad advice. Now, does that make it a bad movie? No, I'm not saying the movie is bad. In fact, I think the movie is great because it shows how people get themselves in a bad situation because basically they have the wrong attitude. She has a poor attitude. Even though she is a victim, she has a poor attitude because she still thinks that aggression is valued over everything else. And that's the most important thing, is just like that cheer we had when I went to high school. Be aggressive, be aggressive, instead of just being strong. There's a difference. And then her sister comes along and gives her bad advice, which is totally realistic because that's how it is in this world. We have bad ideas and bad outlooks, and then we have people around us that reinforce those bad ideas and bad outlooks. And in the end, they end up with the worst martial arts instructor that has ever walked on planet Earth. Whoever wrote this movie, please make more movies, because I thought this one was pretty good. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share the video. Thank you for your time as always. And share this with people like me who just like to talk, and talk about the martial arts. Peace.